All right, moving on to the NBA. So the preseason is now over, and basketball is officially back on Tuesday, December 22nd. I'm super excited. That said, there's a lot of insights you could take away from preseason. Obviously, we chose insights that, made sense.
Yeah, I mean, preseason definitely is,
it can be misleading as well.
It can be very misleading, but there's also some facts you could take out of it.
Exactly.
And so we try to stay away from
he didn't play.
Yeah, but then, we try to take away from what we think can actually translate into what the season would look like in the future.
Exactly. So this is our preseason boom bust, aka what we're trying to say is players that after watching preseason boosted their stock from before preseason, or players that lowered their stock following preseason. So that said, I guess I can start off.
All right.
For my first boom, I have Zion Williamson. And obviously this is this could be different for a lot of people, but for me in the rankings itself, he was ranked third round, maybe potential second round.
I feel like Zion's range was pretty big. I think maybe reach end of second and latest early fourth.
Yeah, but that said, watching preseason, I see now what people are seeing. He really looks like a man playing with children.
I remember I saw one highlight of his where, he went for a layup shot, it missed. He grabbed the rebound, shot it again, missed. The other guy got it. He got it somehow still from him and then made the layup. And it was just obviously as spectators, we don't realize how big or how strong they are.
Yeah.
But, dude, Zion bullies
people.
Centers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Another point is, how hard it is to score 30 points by not shooting a three?
That is true.
Not many people can do that in this modern NBA.
The only guys I can think of right now is DeRozan.
DeRozan is the only guy that came to my head.
DeRozan,
that's it. But nonetheless, Zion, the way he plays too, his field goal is crazy. He's gonna get the rebounds, the blocks, and so I really see him. I could see him as a second round value. I almost thought he would be my prediction was maybe end of the third round value to fourth, but I see it, man. He's a freak. He's kind of like John Collins, that type of stat line.
Except with the free throws.
Yeah, is he a good free throw shooter?
No, Zion isn't.
Collins is.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I think Zion really boosted his value, and I don't know if many people are drafting still, but if you are, Zion is a baller. Zion is a baller and someone to keep your eye on.
Gotcha. My first boom, and honestly, it's sad that I even consider him a boom because of how many people thought beforehand how he wouldn't be as good as he was.
Yeah.
It's Steph Curry.
Yeah. I'm one of them. I admit.
Honestly, going into this preseason, everyone was like, "Oh, is Curry gonna be good? Is he gonna be back to what he was?" We're not too sure. Golden State are done. I don't know. Blah blah blah. Curry was by far the preseason MVP in my opinion.
Yeah.
It
looked easy.
Yeah, and he wasn't even trying.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a full team, and no one could stop Curry.
Yeah.
Honestly, Curry top three pick. Easy.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to say though is, a lot of people knew how good he could be, but people like me, I was look, he probably will be first round.
Yes.
But can he be the top 5?
Yeah.
And after watching preseason, I'm damn, this dude really was that good.
Exactly, and I feel like a lot of drafts Curry went late first round, which I think is crazy.
Yeah.
But he should easily be. He's top 3, 100%, and I think Curry will. He's gonna.
Well, I think that's still guaranteed. I don't know about top 3. I'd say top 5 for sure.
I think he's top 3.
I could see 3, 4. I could see an argument there.
All right, well, name 2 other people.
AD, you can't argue that. I get it because
AD, Harden. Who else?
Maybe. Giannis, maybe.
I would choose Curry over Giannis.
Okay, but maybe Doncic. Doncic is pretty damn
I guess.
good. It's pretty damn good.
But Curry,
But yeah, it's no question
he definitely
should
was
be
undervalued before.
For sure.
And then I think people gave him the respect he deserved.
He's looking like MVP season 4.
Yeah, and you know what? This season, he is primed to have another MVP season.
As long as he doesn't stay hurt.
As long as he doesn't get hurt.
Doesn't get hurt, yes.
He said as long as he doesn't stay hurt. As long as
he doesn't get hurt. That's what we're trying to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on to my next boom. We both like him. It's Josh Richardson.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we know how good he was like previous years, like 2 years ago on the Heat.
Yes.
But man, this preseason, it's not talked about enough.
Yeah, on the Heat, he was easy top 40 player, maybe, if that. And then on the Sixers, he kind of had to take the back seat. He kind of lost his role. Definitely dropped a lot. But man, right now as a Mavs number 2, he looks good.
He looks good. I mean, Doncic is just spreading things out for him, giving him a lot more room to. I mean, and he's shooting lights out. That's the part that blows my mind, because he never was known as like a great shooter.
I believe he's 70% right now, and during the preseason behind the arc, and he's like 11 for 12 on catch and shoots. Yeah, like, it's crazy.
I mean, we're not saying he's gonna be like that. Obviously, it's tough, but I mean,
he definitely beats his draft value.
Yeah, 100%. He beats his draft value, and so he's someone you should keep your eye on, because he's looking phenomenal.
Yes, I agree. Another guy who. Name of the past, who I think has performed extremely well considering how he was, is Al Horford.
Because he was one of my guys. I was like, he's gonna be like, don't draft him.
Yeah, but he's the number 2 guy on the Thunder, easy, and he hasn't lost it. I feel like Sixers moving him, people might have thought like, oh, he was done. Yeah, he's washed. Like, he was useless, but. I think he's going to carve himself a really big role on the OKC Thunder. You know, we all know that SGA is the guy. Yeah. But Horford is not a bad pick, and he is super low. I think he's like ranked almost 150. Yeah. You'll get great value from that pick for fantasy. Yeah. He's a guy who can also facilitate ball. He could shoot threes. So. Great pick. Yeah, great pick.
I mean, I always say like, smart players can always perform in any situation. And Al's always been a smart guy. So that's a great pick. Moving on to bust. I just sound like his hater, like number 1 hater, but it's Jason Tatum. Not saying he's not going to play well, but at his value, which is first round, bro, his field goal has been atrocious. And it's not like he plays 15 minutes. Like, he's been playing like 26, 27 minutes, which is not like the 30 we expect, but it's still a lot of minutes. And he's shooting, like, some of the games I'm seeing like 5 of 17, 4 of 18. I'm just like, and you're not playing everyone's starters every day. You're playing against these younger players. True. And I get it, like, you know, you're just catching the rhythm of the season, but that's terrible. 5 of 17, what is that? That's like 30, 29%, 28, that's bad.
Yeah, just around that range.
That's bad, and it just confirms my prediction that I don't think he's worth a first round. He could end up as a first round, but I wouldn't take a first round pick on him.
I agree.
You know, like, I would take Kawhi over.
Oh yeah.
You know, and Kawhi's going in like second rounds.
Yeah, I think that's gonna
So I mean, I don't like Jason here.
All right. My first bust is Jamal Murray. He ended last season on like the highest note that he could end it on.
He's definitely like one of the stories of the bubble. Yeah. Like, where did he come from?
Yeah, like, I mean, even before the bubble, he was a really reliable player, and he just blew up. And I think everyone is kind of like, they have like that bubble high, and they're still thinking about that bubble because it wasn't so long ago, to be honest. So, coming to his draft, I think he was extremely like
ranked high.
He was ranked high, and I feel like people reached. A lot of people reach for Murray because they're like, dude, it was Jamal Murray, you know? Obviously, you know, we're taking this with a grain of salt that this is preseason, but, you know, he was given the opportunities and he didn't perform super great. He wasn't the Jamal of the bubble. Yeah. He wasn't scoring great. He wasn't doing as much as you would think he would be doing as one of the 2 only guaranteed starters on the Nuggets, you know? That being said, I still think he's a great player. He'll definitely pick it up. He had a really slow start last year as well.
But just his stock went down for you.
I think he's going like third, fourth round.
You wouldn't take him that high?
I wouldn't take him third round for sure. I would probably stick with like the later half fourth round. If he's there in fifth round, I'll take him 100%. Okay. But I don't think he's a guy that you should reach for right now. But yeah, I still think he's a great player.
Yeah,
like,
so
don't take me wrong.
Yeah, he basically had a bad preseason.
Yeah, he had a bad preseason.
So yeah, take it a grain of salt, like you said. My next bust, he's more like not a big name, but it's Wendell Carter. But a lot of people like him as like a consistent 10-10 guy. But I don't know if you guys have been reading the reports. The reports are saying that they like him consistently shooting a 3 now, which I've never seen him do, so I don't know. But that said, his preseason has been pretty bad. And he's, what is his, second-year player? Third-year player? So they still play him a lot to get him experience. But he has not been playing well. Especially with Laurie. Markkinen.
Oh, I'm like, I thought you said Laurie as in Laurie, like Kyle Lowry.
Oh, no,
like,
no, no, no.
What? Raptors?
Yeah.
But Laurie, okay.
Yeah, with Markkinen, like, he just hasn't been playing well. Like, I don't expect, like, I don't expect him to go crazy, but I'm at least in the preseason, I'm expecting like 7-8 boards, but I'm seeing stat lines of like 6 points, 4 boards, and I'm like, what is this?
It's tough because that Bulls team is actually pretty deep.
It is deep with the addition of that rookie.
Yeah, Patrick
Williams?
Yeah. And I feel like it's tough because like with how the league has been kind of changing to like this small ball situation, centers are the odd man out, and there's plenty of like power forwards who could step up to play that sub 5 spot. So I could see maybe him being like a bust.
Yeah, I mean his value and like he was one of my like favorite like undervalued centers, but now like his value dropped a lot for me. But we'll see.
All right, my second bust is OG Anunoby.
I love him too.
Just got a really nice contract.
He got paid.
Honestly, he's a great fantasy player. He was a great fantasy player last year. He disappeared preseason. And it's not because he's not getting the opportunity.
And some of the games Lowry rested.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't get what he's doing, or what he's not doing, basically. Yeah. It's like, what is he, like, he kind of is disappeared. He's like, I don't know. Like he's not involved.
Yeah.
And
which, I mean, his value comes from like steals, blocks, and maybe occasional like times where he scores a lot, but it hasn't been any of those.
He hasn't contributed anything. Rebounds, assists, points, everything. It's all like fizzled down. And even though he's getting these minutes in preseason. So it's tough to say because I think OG is another one of those guys that people value more in fantasy because of how efficient he is. Yeah. He obviously won't cost you a lot, but you might be able to get more upside players of how he's looking right now.
Yep.
That being said, OG, if he's like in the back rounds, he's still worth it, but
his value definitely dropped for us.
It definitely dropped from his preseason performance.
Yeah. So, all right. I mean, that's a wrap. Again, take these with a grain of salt. Yeah. We're not saying they're players you should avoid, but we're just saying, watching preseason, their values drop to us.
Yeah, and also preseason obviously is not the normal preseason we normally have, like of the 10 games or whatever. We have had 4 games.
Yeah, and like every team's played like what, 2-3 games?
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah. So it's with a grain of salt basically.
Yeah. But I think there's something there. We think there's something there. So just keep your eye on them. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe.
Good luck on your fantasy basketball adventures.